mystical Ariel here to shake the matrix, expand your minds, and make you all think. How are you guys doing this grand morning? We're doing pretty good over here ourselves, of course. You know, we wake up and meditate, and that always makes the day start off beautiful. And we took some time to figure out what we were supposed to talk about today. Today we want to talk about breaking free from the conditioned mindset. Things we've been taught. We get to unteach. You know, for centuries, humanity has been programmed and conditioned to view life from a limited, three-dimensional perspective. Actually, even limited to this five-dimensional perspective as well. Because it's infinite. It's even beyond that. Don't stop there is what I'm saying. You know? But perspective, a viewpoint that comes, you know, viewpoint that confines us to these simple dimensions. You know, linear thoughts. You see, our schools and our media, our technology, and even our homes have all trained us to see the world as something external, to be manipulated, judged, or blamed. But what if everything we believe is not fully the full picture? What if we are capable of far more than merely reacting to the world the way we've been? You know, the chaos and everything that's going on in the world, it's not something to point a finger at. It's to recognize that we ourselves allowed that construct to be there in the first place. So, I got a fly in here. It's driving me nuts this morning. That fly's gonna die. But anyways, let's get to the modern science of all this. Neuroscience, you know, and quantum physics provide this tantalizing evidence that our minds are not as fixed as they might seem. You know, neuroscience shows us that the brain is extraordinary plastic. You know, it's capable of being reorganized and rewired and reset itself through conscious thoughts and experience. You know, this is a malleable, it can get shifted and changed. You know, these habits that are instilled with us by years of external programming, they can be transformed into new and expansive ways of seeing life. Even quantum physics, on the other hand, even it challenges our traditional concept of reality. And it's been showing that, you know, that we're in a holographic simulation. Nature of the universe suggests that our reality is not static. It's not static, magnetic environment. Instead, it's what we consider a web where our intentions and observations play a role in shaping the fabric of our existence. You see, the observe effect's a widely discussed phenomenon, and the quantum mechanics underline a profound truth. The observer is an essential part of the observed. What are we observing is the question. You know, philosophy has urged us to step back from our immediate experiences and engage in a deeper perspective. You know, things, if we pay attention, it reminds us that what we call reality is often a projection of our own inner state. And if we learn to shift this, and we shift this perspective from that of a first-person perspective in this game of life, and think that everything's just predetermined, or to go to the observer, where we are open to the possibilities of understanding the life from a distance. You see, this detachment is not about indifference, rather, it is about gaining clarity. In this state of being, we begin to see the layers of cultural, social, and psychological conditioning that have been shaped our identities for so long. And we notice that how often we have looked outward, blaming the system, the institutions, or even our parents, or even our friends, or even other nations, rather than just turning inward to address this, the latest issues within ourselves. It is within the internal landscape that the seeds of transformation are planted to the external. You imagine if each individual was to go and gaze into the mirror to see the truth of their designs, to face the hardships, the hard lies. Throughout history, spiritual traditions and religions have emphasized the importance of self-discovery and inner transformation. You know, teachings from Buddhism, Hinduism to Sufism, and even mysticism. Interpretations of even Christianity and other faiths have all pointed towards the inherent unity within us all. A divine spark of truth waiting to be reclaimed. For instance, the Eastern philosophies encourage us to look within and realize that our true essence and transcends the ego-driven self was through practices of meditation, prayer, mindfulness. We learn to quiet the external noise and listen to the deeper wisdom of our inner being. This journey inward is not only dissolve the constraints of conditioned mind, but also reveals our capability to co-create our reality. We get to become co-creators. Never mind observers. Step back even further. The call to action is clear, everybody. It's time for humanity. It's time for us to reclaim our innate power. Imagine for a moment that our world where each individual chooses, even if for one day, to dismantle the layers of fear and judgment that have been imposed upon us. A world in which we confront our learned biases and internalize the limitations and rediscover the authentic self that has been overshadowed by societal condition. So ask yourself, do we truly want to see conflict end? Do we want to witness an end to poverty, depression, and anxiety? You know, these challenges do not occur as isolated external events, an external focus where we point fingers and cast blame to an internal one of self-inquiry. We begin to understand that everything in life, even what appears to be wrong, is happening to our personal and collective growth. So as you look into the mirror, let it serve as a catalyst for a profound self-examination instead of merely accepting condition limitations. Ask, what is the one thing that is holding me back from being my true self, my true authentic self? This is a powerful question and it invites you to take responsibility for your transformation, and by extension, the transformation of the world around you. You see, the journey from a programmed three-dimensional existence to becoming an empowered co-creator of reality is both a personal and a collective revolution. Integrating insight from neuroscience, quantum physics, philosophy, and even ancient spiritual teachings provide us that with these multifaceted understandings of our potential. And by embracing our inner vision and our courageously questioning the imposed narrative upon us, we pave the way for a future where peace, unity, and authentic self-expression are not just ideas, but they are our realities. You see, the time is now. It's time for us to look within. It's time for us to break free from these constructs that no longer serve us. And in doing so, we join a growing collective ready to redefine what it means to be human and to create a world reflective of our true, limitless potential. Are you ready to change yourself and the world? Make sure you do one thing towards your dreams every single day. It brings you one step closer. Make sure you recognize that you are valuable and that you matter and that you are all unique puzzle pieces, a part of the ultimate puzzle of the cosmos. Much love. See you tomorrow.